Hey everybody, first sit of the year, sitting out here on this little food plot I made back in our woods. Turned out to be kind of a cool little project, so I wanted to share that with you. I think I recorded everything starting back in July when I made it. It's October 7th now, so pretty quick turnaround on it. Got a few things I want to change for next year, but sorry, squirrel. Anyway, like I said, I documented the whole thing, so just wanted to show you how this came together. Not a habitat expert by any means. There's probably better ways to do some of this stuff, but turn this into a pretty cool little hunting spot with nothing but some hand tools and some sweat equity. So really happy with how it turned out. Wanted to share it with you. Enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, doing a food plot back in the woods here. Kind of a muddy, mucky mess, but we're just getting started on it. I don't know how you can see this. It's just a little bitty clearing right now. I thought this was a good place to start. There's a little pocket right here. I'm going to put a ground blind in, I think. And so if I come in here and I'll turn you around, oh here, like this. You can't see much back in here right now, especially with my head in the way. So I'm going to start working with the chainsaw. We'll get that cleared out and then I'll show you what it looks like. Chainsaw is the easy part of this job. We're making progress. Okay, got her about done. This has taken a few twists and turns on me. Get out here a little bit. I'm sitting back. Oh, that's cool. We'll get you in the trees. I'm sitting back where my blind will be. You can see it's not real wide. There's a big, let's walk up here and look. I was gonna make this a lot longer, but there's a big pile of brush in here I couldn't see when all the trees were in. So I got a whole bunch of trees out of here and then found this. Where am I looking? Right over there, jeepers. That right there, I don't know. Yeah, you can't really tell. There's a whole bunch of trees piled here. I assume that when this little clearing was made, the gentleman that did it piled them all right there. You can see some pretty good sized trunks in there. So, oops. So that's going to be something that's going to have to wait for some bigger equipment or fire maybe this winter after the season. But for now, what I've got here is pretty good. It's kind of a neat little plot. It's got this little open area that I'm in, and then there's two little fingers you can just kind of see running off that way. And this one over here runs off to a little water hole. We'll walk up there and look. And then back in there is where the blind will go. And then back over here, another little finger. This one's a little more narrow. I didn't get a lot of brush out, so I don't know how well stuff will do here. There's another one that runs up along. This over here is actually the fence line. There's a, we even have over there bean field this year. So this gets a lot of travel from deer anyway. So hopefully when we got some clover and chicory and all that planted in here, it'll hold them around just long enough to walk into bow range right out here in front of the blind. This has taken me like 2 weeks. I did spray it once already. I did some other things. I limed it, but just clearing it out took me probably 3 nights of a couple hours each night. So, and I'm sweating like a fat guy building a food plot. But you know, it was either that or hire somebody with big equipment. There's really a trade-off when you're making a food plot. Either you spend a bunch of money or you spend a bunch of time and sweat equity. For now, I decided to go with sweat equity. This really has kind of been disappointing to see this too. You see this here? It's an old, was an old dryer, washing machine, something. Can't tell. I think it's an old washing machine. There's a whole bunch of junk like that back in here. So this is going to have a big cleanup project. This is that water hole I was talking about. There's a tile that runs in here, and this stays full most of the year. Though it actually dried out for quite a while. Well, not for quite a while, but for like a week. And now it's full again because we had rain this morning. That's why there's all this water back here, you can see. So it actually was probably just 2-3 hours ago it got done raining. So pretty fresh, pretty wet back here. I did get the truck stuck once. I didn't record that, but I brought my truck in to spray glyphosate once and got my truck stuck back here. So that was fun. Overall, certainly didn't quite turn out how I planned, but I'm pretty happy with the size of it. and how it looks here. So next we'll fertilize it and put some food plot seed down. Well, here we go, planting day. It's July 25th, I think. Could be wrong on that, somewhere around there. It's last week of July. We had some rain last night. There's a little bit of water standing in here again. That's got me kind of concerned for my clover that I'm putting in. Obviously doesn't handle wet feet real well. But putting in some Comeback Kid from Domain Outdoors. Not affiliated anyway, obviously, but it's a mix of clover, what varieties? Ladino, Alsike, or red clover. Oh, and Berseem clover there at the bottom, missed it. So 4 different varieties of clover and a little bit of alfalfa. Like I say, I'm a little concerned how any of that'll do in here, but I also added in just a little bit of chicory and about a pound of rape and kale. Pretty light bulbless brassica mix in here. The clover I don't expect to do real well this first fall, not in terms of having a whole bunch of browse back here for the deer. So put that brassicas in the mix to hopefully give them a little more this first season. I'll probably end up overseeding this with cereal rye as well, especially if the clover doesn't do well in here because of the moisture. We'll see. We had some rain last night, and then we got rain coming. I've actually heard it thunder a couple times, so I want to get this clover seed down, and then if it's not raining yet, I'll spray with glyphosate. That might be kind of a silly thing to do if it's going to turn on and rain after I do it, but I'd like to there's a couple areas here that are still fairly green. This right out in front of me is looking pretty good, but a few areas in here that are still green. So let's get some seed on the ground. We'll go from there, I guess. It is August 27th. This will be the last day I'm in this little plot before season opens. Kind of mixed results in here on the clover. I don't remember how much I talked about last time, but we had a whole bunch of rain and a lot of this clover seed sat underwater for a while, and I have quite a few areas in here that are bare. So I'm coming in now, take the earthway spreader around, going to spread some oats and cereal rye in here. Mostly oats. It's like 3 parts oats, 1 part cereal rye in here. Hopefully get a good cover crop up and or get a good germination. We got a little bit of rain. I can't hardly talk right now. We got a little rain going on right now. Just a nice little mist, so hopefully we don't get a standing water event in here again. We'll get this filled up and then we'll check in the last day of the season, see how it's looking. All right, August 27th, back in here, overlaying some oats and rye. It's about 3 part oats to 1 part rye. I need to get a little bit more. I didn't quite have enough to do what I wanted to do here, but I don't know if you can tell behind me, it's kind of spotty with this clover. You can see some bare dirt here, pretty spotty over here. We had a whole bunch of rain after I put that clover seed down, and a lot of the low spots in here had standing water in them. So a lot of that got drowned, whatever you want to call it, never came up. I came back in here about 2 weeks ago and did put down, I had a little bit of extra red clover from my brassica plots out here. Put a little bit of that in, and some of that is germinating. And then up in these fingers back in here, where that goes up along that, up towards the top end of the woods, whatever you want to call it, those are growing pretty well with clover. But this area right here in front of the blind is not doing very well. I don't know if I show that. I still gotta put that, still have to hide that in a little bit, but I do have the ground blind in here all set up, so we'll get that hidden and be done in here till hunting season. So hopefully we have some really nice oats and rye mixed in here. We have some rain going on right now. Actually, it kind of took a little break for me to come out here and do this. Nice of it. And then we've got a whole bunch of rain 2 days from now in the forecast. Hopefully it doesn't have standing water in here again, but I'll check this after that, and if we got standing water, I'll let that dry and then hit those low areas with some more oats. But other than that, we are done in this little plot until hunting season. So we'll see you then.